All right, today's date is April 26th, 2022. In Crosby County, Texas, I call cause number 8382 in the interest of Ariana Janae Garza. What says the state?
Ready to proceed on a default, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Bunacek. Present by telephone is Maribel Garza. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Garza. The court's file reflects that Jeremy Moore was served with notice of these proceedings back on December 17th of 2021. There's been no answer, nor is there any appearance on behalf of Mr. Moore today. This case was set at 10:30 and it's now approximately 10:50. So we are proceeding to default. You may call your first witness, Mr. Bunacek.
Okay, I call Maribel Garza.
Ms. Garza, do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, Mr. Bunacek.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Garza. My name is Jason. I'm from the Attorney General's office. I'm going to ask you some questions about Ariana, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. Are you the mother of Ariana, the child that this case is about?
Yes.
When was Ariana born?
7/21/09.
7/21/09. So that makes her 12, about to turn 13 in July. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And who is Ariana's father?
Jeremy Moore?
Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
And how certain are you that Jeremy Moore is the father of Ariana?
He is.
Okay. There's no possibility that anybody else could be Ariana's father?
No.
Okay. And just to get it on the record and be sure, and I know this is a personal question, but we have to ask it. At around the time that Ariana would have been conceived, did you have sexual intercourse with anybody other than Jeremy Moore?
No.
Okay. Does Ariana live with you at this time?
Yes.
Okay. Do you intend for her to continue to live with you?
Yes.
Has Jeremy Moore ever visited with Ariana?
One time he did when we were at the park.
Okay. How long ago was that?
That was like 2 years ago.
Okay. So apart from that one visit, has Jeremy ever spent time alone with her?
No.
Okay. So I believe that Ms. Eaton went over with you what a standard possession order is like. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that that would be appropriate in this situation?
Like for him to visit her?
Right.
Yes. But she
Okay.
didn't want to go with him because she's scared because she doesn't know him.
Okay. So she doesn't know him. So it's probably not a good idea to just jump right into overnights and weekends. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. So some kind of phased in visitation or just as agreed?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other concerns about visitation?
No.
Okay. Do you know what Jeremy Moore does for a living?
I don't even know, but he's disabled. He gets SSI.
He gets SSI? Okay. Do you know if he has any other income other than the SSI?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been receiving SSI?
I don't really know how long it's been.
Okay. Well, you know that one of the reasons we're here is to set child support and medical support, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be support going forward. Did you want to request retroactive support? And that would be support going back from today.
Yes.
Okay, but now if we don't know how long he's been on SSI, We don't know for sure if there's been any income that can be charged against him. Do you know when he started getting SSI?
I don't really know, because whenever I met him, he wasn't disabled.
Okay. And when was that?
Back in '09.
In 2009. Okay. What kind of health insurance does Ariana have?
She has Medicaid. It's from
Okay.
First Care.
Okay. You intend to keep her on Medicaid for the time being?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And as far as you know, does Mr. Moore have any other children other than Ariana?
I think he does.
Okay. Do you have any idea how many?
I don't know how many children he has.
Do you know if any of them are over the age of 18?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Anything else you want me to know, Ms. Garza, that hasn't come up through the question and answer?
No.
Do you know what's the nature of Mr. Moore's disability that he gets SSI?
They say he's sick. I think it's dialysis that he's on.
I'm sorry, tell me again.
I think he's on dialysis. That's what he gets SSI.
Okay. All right. What is the state requesting?
All right, Judge, since Mr. Moore is the only evidence that we have is that he's receiving SSI, and we don't know for how long in the past he's been receiving SSI. I don't know that we can set any retroactive support. I just ask that Mr. Moore be found to be the father of Ariana, to set a visitation schedule, most likely as agreed between the parties, because this is an older child, and a strict visitation schedule is likely to she's not likely to agree to it immediately. So it should at least be a phased in visitation schedule, if not just as agreed by the parties. And I would ask that Mr. Moore be or that court costs be waived against Mr. Moore, since he is only receiving SSI and has no other income that we're aware of. That's really all we can ask for, Your Honor.
All right. Based on the evidence and the testimony, then I do find that Jeremy Moore is the legal and biological father of Ariana. Do you want her last name changed to Moore, or do you want it to continue to be Garza?
I want it to be Garza.
All right. She'll continue to carry her family name of Garza. I'm appointing Ms. Garza as the sole managing conservator and Mr. Moore as a possessory conservator. I find that it's not in the best interest of Ariana to appoint managing conservators. I'm setting visitation on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays from 1 to 5 with 48 hours notice by telephone or text. I'm not ordering any retroactive support or any current support because of Mr. Moore's being on SSI. I'm not requiring Mr. Moore to pay Medicaid reimbursement, but if there are any medical bills for Ariana not covered by the insurance, each party would pay half. I'm waiving court costs as well. Is there any other relief I need to address?
I believe you said for Ms. Garza to keep her on the government medical plan. Is that correct? I think that's
Yes.
everything.
Yes. All right. Ms. Garza, Mr. Bunachek's going to prepare that order for my signature. I'm going to sign off on it. There is a period of 3 business days during which you or Mr. Moore could request a new hearing. If somebody does that, you get a new hearing in front of the district judge and she would start over and make her own decision. But if nobody does that, this order starts to become final. Sounds like you've got your hands full, Ms. Garza.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Anyway, you should get a copy of this within about 2 weeks, either by email
Okay.
or regular mail, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you and to Ariana. Thank you so much, Ms. Garza.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ms. Garza.
Thanks.
All right, Ms. There she goes. All right, Mr. Hawkins, what's the status of your case?
The parties have came to an agreement that we are ready to read onto the record.
All right, let me bring them out and we'll get that taken care of. Acedo and Mr. Ortiz are both here. I've got recordings on, so just let me say it's April 26th, 2022 in Crosby County, Texas. I call cause number 8388 in the interest of Julian Ortiz or Julian Ortiz. What says this?
State's present ready, Your Honor.
All right, also present by telephone is Casey Saucedo. Are you ready to proceed, Ms. Saucedo? Okay, we need you to unmute. There we go. Ms. Saucedo, are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
Also present by telephone is Adam Ortiz. Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Listen carefully then. Mr. Hawkins is going to announce your agreement. Go ahead, Mr. Hawkins.
All right. The parties have had a chance to confer and have come to the following agreement. A medical support judgment of $844.98 as of March 31st, 2022, with a payment to begin of $50 a month starting May 1st. Mrs. Saucedo will keep the child on a government medical assistance program with a medical obligation of $57 a month due from Mr. Ortiz. The parties have agreed to a child support obligation of $400, which is a deviation from the standard. And this deviation is due to the fact that Mr. Ortiz is around and helps out with any extra necessities of the child or extra obligations. And thus the parties agreed to that deviation. And that is the agreement of the parties.
All right. And what is the current child support obligation?
The current obligation, I think, is 0 right now.
All right. Let me ask you, Ms. Saucedo, is that in fact what you're agreeing to today?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you think that's what's best in the best interest of Julian?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ortiz, is that in fact the you're making today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you think it's also in Julian's best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then I'm waiving court costs in this matter since you were able to come to an agreement on this. Mr. Hawkins, well, first of all, I'm approving that agreement and that is my order today. Mr. Hawkins is going to prepare that order for my signature and I will sign off on it on paper. There is a period of 3 business days during which anybody could request a new hearing. And that if you do that, you get a new hearing in front of the district judge and she would start over and make her own decision. But if nobody requests a new hearing, this order starts to become final and you should both get a copy either by email or in the mail within about 2 weeks. If you don't get one, please call the Lubbock Rural AG's office and remind them to send one to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, both of you and to Julian. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you're free to go.